All right, it was a good campsite. Picked up my trash and everybody else's that was left. Great views, and now we're headed back to the house. So as we're pulling out here, I don't normally feature road rides, but you know what? The purpose of the Himalayan is to connect those roads between the trails, at least for me, and I wanted to give everybody a picture of what the pass looked like. So this road that we're going to pull out onto, the first paved road, is $1 Million Highway, which leads to Silverton, and we're going to take that all the way through to Durango. We're going to stop off at Molas Pass, and we're also going to point out Coalbank Pass to you. Both have bathrooms if you have kids with you. Those are the last opportunities on that road. But it's a really great little ride, and the Himalayan did really well. It was super fun on those twisties. So here's a taste of it, just so you know it works. Mineral Creek Road, that's where we were camping. There's several sites along here that you can do dispersed camping and that actually have toilets. And then if you really want to camp like right by the river, like these folks right here are doing, they just park up on the road and hike down a little ways, then get right next to the river. Okay, it's road the rest of the way. We go through some pretty fun passes. We go through Molas Pass first and then Coalbank Pass as we're dropping down into where Purgatory is on the north side of Durango. And I thought I'd show y'all what those actually look like. So, that way you're prepared. If you're from the flatter areas of the world and you come to visit, it might just freak you out a little bit because you just go the speed limit, you're fine. But not everybody does, unfortunately. It's the way it goes. Silverton, like I said, is a Wild West town. It's a great place. I just love it. Peak season is from mid-June to probably mid-August. And then in August, a little bit later, that's when you'll start to get some snow up at the higher elevations, at some of the funner trails. But you just never know. It just depends on the year. But I think that's probably a pretty safe range. 2 months peak season up here. It is a great place for pictures, no doubt. I didn't record when we were coming over because I was anxious to get to a site because it's first come, first serve. So you really gotta get there just the right time. Wanted to get that good campsite and it all worked out. Did not want to be camped out in the middle of with no trees, no river, no nothing. That would have just been not nearly as fun. When September hits, all the aspens that are around here turn that brilliant golden color, and you've got people pulling off just left and right in front of you whenever you get to a good scenic overlook. That's the harder way to get up this pass. There's a great little waterfall pull-off right there. We've already seen several of those though. There's a view for you, and we'll have a better shot of that coming up soon. Molas Lake right there. They've got RV parking if you want to, camping there if you want to bring your RV up. You don't have to have an RV, but you can reserve those spots during peak season if you want to be guaranteed a spot. It's not a bad idea to put in a reservation for sure. right up to the right there is the Colorado Trail that runs from Denver to Durango. The Little Mullis Lake right there, off to the right here, there's dispersed camping up in there. No reservation required. There's a little lake up in there. It's a really, really neat little lake. We camped up there one time with the family, took a canoe up, rolled around. I drowned some fishing lures and didn't catch anything, but I'm sure the majority of y'all are way better fisher people than I am. So this is Mullis Pass, and we're gonna go ahead and pull off right as you're about to drop into Silverton coming from the south. This is the last little pull off with restrooms, got some scenic overlooks. It's a neat place. The scenery is amazing. So we're gonna take a look. Pretty amazing. Those are needles, peaks in the background. Very cool. That is an amazing view right there. So that guy right there, I was just chatting with, super nice guy. He has ridden a Himalayan in the Himalayas. And so here's a great example. The pass that we're at right now is 10,910 feet. Cinnamon Pass was what, 12.6, something like that. He did a pass that was 18,000 feet in elevation. And he said the Himalayan did fine. We were having altitude sickness issues, but the motorcycle did just fine. So that's incredible. That's Engineer Mountain right up in front of us. So that was a lot of fun talking to him. He's like, you got to get a bigger air filter. You know, you got to get more airflow. You got to do all this kind of stuff because there's just no oxygen. And I can't even imagine at 18,000 feet. The highest I've been is 14. Whenever I hiked a 14er, but yeah, not 18. So that guy was a little aggressively passing. So that was fun. And he told me his name, and forgive me if you're watching this from India, Satosh, I think. Anyway, super nice guy. Had his family there. His girls were wanting him. I could have probably talked to him a lot longer, and he probably would have had some great tips for me. But they had his little kiddos there. They were anxious to get going. But met Bob from Durango, super nice guy on a KTM 890 adventure. Really neat looking motorcycle. You know, I think y'all probably saw it in the shot. Not super set up for off-road, but he was talking about some of the trails that he's been on. He went on Hermosa, which I just did a couple of weeks ago. So he's exploring all the trails around there. He doesn't really look for the more aggressive stuff, which I probably, shouldn't either, especially when I'm by myself. But he was a nice guy. He'd ridden all over the place, segments of the BDR. Never done it all in one, but it gets me excited because it starts off at Boggy Draw, which one of my videos I actually did up at Boggy Draw. And that's kind of where the BDR starts up for Colorado, down in Cortez. I'm not sure that I'm going to drive down to Cortez to start that, but he was saying that it goes from Cinnamon, Lake City, through Creed, maybe, I'm not sure, and then on up to Buena Vista, or Buena Vista if you live there, Salida area, which is my favorite area in the whole world. Even tops Silverton. Arkansas River Valley is super cool. So that trip would probably be a couple of days without killing yourself. So that is, that's got me thinking that may be something that I just need to go do for a couple of days and camp out and make it happen. Anyway, it's fun meeting nice people. It's fun when people actually subscribe to your channel and you get to interact with them too. That's what makes this all fun, honestly. I mean, yeah, it's neat looking at the scenery and riding around and all that stuff too, but really people are what's most important in life, in my humble but accurate opinion. A lot of people pulled off on the side. Must be a hiking trailhead here somewhere. But this pass is a lot of fun to ride a motorcycle on. It's fine in a car, but on a motorcycle, if I had a street bike, actually, this would be a canyon carving road, no doubt. Bob did tell me that he won the Idiot of the Day award. There was one car in front of him, and there's a lot of slow traffic on these passes. Some people are very wary of going even the speed limit. So he saw an opportunity to pass that one car in front of him, a Blazer, innocuous. And the one car that he passed was a cop. Thankfully, he got off with a warning. But we're going to be on the lookout for Blazers, just in case. Not that I am speeding. Ooh, what's up, guys? If you follow those signs and go the speed limit, you'll be fine. If you think, those don't really mean anything, then you might just end off in that ditch, because these are pretty sharp turns for a vehicle pulling a lot of G's. It is the middle of July and there is still snow on those mountains. That is unreal. We are coming upon Cold Bank Pass, both Mullis and Cold Bank Pass. If you ride the Iron Horse bicycle race from Durango to Silverton, this is the area that you're riding up. And I'm kind of going down now, so no big deal, but wow. My wife and I did what they call the Citizens Tour, where we rode from Durango up to Purgatory, and I have to say that was a pretty good amount of riding for me. My pedal power was pooped out by the time we got to Purg. There you go. Those are some views. There's pull-offs built into these passes so that if you're, towing a big trailer or a log truck, for example, you can pull off and let the other, crowd that's accumulated behind you pass you. So think about that if you're driving up here and you've got like 20 cars behind you. That's just the courteous thing to do. Luckily, I've just got me a Subaru with a mountain bike on it. No big deal, they're doing fine. ski area, 1 mile, purgatory. Had a little bug joining me inside my visor. Flush that sucker out. That right there is some kind of monument. I'm not sure what it is. It's a spring. We always kind of call it the steaming turd. But a lot of people stop up and take pictures of it. We did the first year we were here. So one thing to wrap up that I'm not sure that I actually said, but I think I did. Just want to make sure. So the Himalayan and I being the big variable in this equation, we didn't make it up to Clear Lake because of the tight turn, no momentum, and what I felt like was just not enough oomph. So, with all the sprocket changes I've done, and with honestly how easy they are to do, I am probably going to be trying a 14-tooth sprocket next. We'll see what that does. I think maybe that'll be just enough to get me up some of this extra stuff that I'm doing. No telling. No telling. The cool thing is, a sprocket only costs like, 15, 20 bucks. We'll see if I have to change my chain out. I'm going to go ahead and sign off. If you enjoyed the trip today, come along for more. Slap a like on the video, consider subscribing. Love having you there. Comment, ask questions. I generally respond to everything at this point. I am not a YouTube sensation, in case you haven't noticed. So, I welcome it. I love this part of the world, and I don't mind doing little commercials for it all the time. It's a ton of fun. Thanks a lot for coming with me. Y'all have a great day. See you next time.